For the record, right here on CKXU 88.3 FM in Lethbridge, Setokatok, and CKPN 105.7 FM in the Beginning Nation. Peach Pan, thank you so much for coming in and performing for us. It was an amazing set.
Thank you so much. We had a great time. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is a blast. Thanks for making it work. You know, us being in town, it just worked out. So yeah, thank you.
Last time we had you on, you were just releasing your debut single Cabaret, and now you've come to showcase that the group is multi-instrumental, but also like spans a bunch of different kind of styles and genres, and isn't really like contained to one specific kind of form, which is really cool.
We've only really been a band like this anyway for just over a year, so we're still, I think, half of that is like, well, we kind of want to do what we want, and then the other half is like, well, we're still trying to, you know, put stuff out there and see what sticks, right?
We also get really bored really easily. So it's like,
That's true.
I want to play the lap steel now.
There's some ADHD happening in the band for sure, yeah.
Some is an understatement.
We really like the mix of stuff because it makes it that no one ever says no right away. Even if an idea seems so crazy that we're like, okay, let's combine these 2 or 3 ideas in something that we've never heard before, it can create some amazing things. Obviously, we've had some stuff too that we're like, yeah, we're never doing that again, and it never hears the light of day, and that's fine. But the benefit really of not having too much rules or narrow box to tether ourselves to allows us to create some stuff that we have never heard before, but is still related to stuff that we hear and love and you know, listen to ourselves.
Familiar.
As Ben Folds once said, turn over those stones, baby.
That's right.
You mentioned in the performance, like each of you have kind of written different one of these songs. What does that look like?
So right now, it's mostly Corey and I writing a lot of the tunes, and what it's been for me anyway is usually, well, and I probably for you as well, is we'll kind of write like a shell of a song or like a complete song usually, and then we'll record a demo and put it in our Google Drive folder.
And then it like once everyone puts their stamp on it, we'll bring it to the band, and we want to make sure that everyone's kind of feeling like they've been able to put their stamp on the song and feel like they're a part of the creative process, because we've had the experience of trying to kind of of thinking that we've kind of figured the song out, and we take it to them, and then they instantly make it 10 times better than we could have ever done by ourselves, which is, I think, what we all love about being in this band. So yeah, that's kind of been the process so far, but like we're still learning, we're still changing all the time, and yeah, we're turning stones over.
We're definitely transitioning, I'd say, out of that. We did a little tour this summer, and at the end of it, our last show was in Twin Butte in Alberta, and they have this really cool loft for the bands to stay in. So after the show, you know, all the stress was off, the tour was finally done, and so we just went there, and we were, as you are, awake after the show, like you can't go to sleep. So we started jamming, and then AJ came up with this song, or he came up with lyrics. He's like, just a second. And he went in the other room and wrote some things down. And then he came out, and we all wrote lyrics, and we all kind of wrote this song together, which was really cool.
Like standing in the kitchen, like fireworks going off in our brain, and like, and then you could do this. It was a really fun process.
It's like 3:30 a.m. after like 10 shows.
And we're exhausted, and we're, you know, a little bit drunk.
Yeah.
That's when the best music comes. So yeah, that was a really cool process, and I think that we'll definitely see more of that in the future.
For sure.
The more time that we get to spend all of us together like that, then so much stuff just comes out organically. And even in the car rides while we're all together, you know, the like stupid little songs that we're singing and stuff like that, it all kind of creates that fabric of the comfortability that all of us just throwing out ideas, and everybody just saying yes and hopping onto it, you know.
The singing never really stops.
It's true.
We should sell inappropriate jingles.
We can make a side business that way.
To whom, I don't know, but anyway.
Message us at peachpanic.com.
Might be a market for it. So I was going to ask, what does 2024 look like for the group as we're going into the new year?
We're recording right now, so our big plan is to release a lot of singles, actually. So we have we're doing a lot of that recording now. We'll be basically, recording, and then in the summer, I would imagine, I think I could speak for everybody, we want to tour around similar to the way we did in 2023. So with the new year in mind, we're trying to just push forward as much as we can, get as much content as we can, try to do all the things that, you know, artists kind of today have to do, right? So that's,
I think we spent a lot of 2023 trying to like figure out what we are. you know, and I think that it's starting to solidify a bit now. And I think again, I can speak for everyone. I feel like we're feeling really confident about what we're becoming as a band, and that's really exciting. And we just want to step on the gas as much as we can.
Yeah, and I'd say you guys are a big part of our 2024 and just trying to build up our fan base. You know, it's hard to get the word out. There's so much noise with other things going on, other events going on. So to be able to come out and speak on here and just connect with some people that might hear our music is huge for us. It's going to be a big part of what we're doing as well.
Specifically, like stations like you guys, it's like you have such a direct line to the types of people who we want to connect with, right? So this stuff's so valuable for us, and we just want to say thanks again for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. This like community radio has been our 100% best friend, and you guys especially. Like, we really appreciate it because you guys are really tapped in and you're connected, and you're showing people a whole breadth of interesting music that they can't find, you know, through mainstream, you know, access or whatever. And it's just, I think there's a lot more room for artistic expression and for stuff that, you know, has content beyond just like a purely marketed entertainment, so, you know, value. And so we appreciate that so much, that you guys are champions of that. And in a world that's changing and trying to strip it away, you guys are fighting even harder. We appreciate that. It's not easy, and there's got to be days where it can feel a little bit, you know, tough. But man, it means so much to us. So we can't say enough.
Kind of on that note, in 2023, like, how many roughly number shows did you guys do for the record?
You're asking me a question.
Sorry, I know.
Okay, this is new to me.
I'm just curious. I'm sorry. I'm just curious.
It's usually going the other way. So you, like shows, like you talking about like episodes, or are you talking like live sessions like you just did with us?
Yeah, like live sessions.
Live sessions, I think we hit like 28, 29 by the end of the season 3, you know, before we got into the 4th season.
That's so cool.
And then it's like once we got into the 4th season in like the October end, I think we were like pushing close to like 5 or 6 by this point, like where we're at right now. So.
Awesome. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, thanks again for having us. I mean, it's been said, but
and if you want like grand totals of the program, since it started in 2020, we're sitting around like 88, 89, somewhere in there. Like just these live sessions.
Just live sessions.
Yeah, not counting co-hosting and all that other stuff.
That's a ton of work for you and Matt.
And we appreciate you coming in and doing this with us, and being a part of it, and sharing your tunes with us. And I'm looking forward to the singles when they come out, and being able to share it with the listeners. And is that the kind of the plan, is just sticking with singles and not so much like EPs or albums at this point?
Yeah, I think that we're realizing that unless you have like a whole kind of concept album or something like that you think really is important in a narrative way to tell a story all the way through, that, you know, we've got a bunch of really short stories kind of thing, and we're going to release them, you know, kind of drip release them over so that people are never too far away from any one song and any one story. And then, you know, we'll compile them all together at the end, and, you know, package a product like that so that people can have something physical that they can take with them.
Sure.
You know, and it will all tie together. But right now, you know, there are all kinds of all different ideas from all over the place, so they don't need to be put together in an album in a conventional sense.
Another thing that we kind of have been thinking about is that it's more a practical concern than anything else. We just want to get stuff out. So rather than kind of holding it all back and doing a bigger release, we just want to get some stuff out to the people. So the drippy release thing kind of just aids us in getting more stuff out quicker.
Thematically, what you do see in these songs is kind of reflective of our name, Peach Panic. Happy songs about angst and, you know, some darker emotions and things like that.
It sounds like we planned it, but we kind of didn't.
Yeah, that's right. It just happened to be happy songs about depression, happy songs about anxiety, this sort of a thing. So
we also do sad songs about all that stuff too.
We also do sad songs, yeah.
Multifaceted.
Completely different.
So that all kind of came together nicely for us.
Well, thank you again. Looking forward to when you next roll through Lethbridge, and if people want to stay up to date with what's going on with the band, when they can catch performances here, and for all those new releases, what are the best ways they can do that?
The gram.
The Instagram.
At Peach Panic Band.
And our website, peachpanic.com.
Definitely our website.
The website is like the one-stop shop to find, shows, all of our stuff. We got a feed of our Instagram too, so you can find it there.
It's also the best way to go find merch to be able to support the band, right?
You can also sign up for an email list, I believe, on the website, and that's going to be big in the future. We're working on a...
So we're going to end off with some tracks that you selected for us here. So the first one is Frank Turner with We Shall Not Overcome. Who selected this one for us and why?
I selected this. AJ selected it because Frank Turner is hopefully one day going to become my husband.
I'll fight you.
I've always loved Frank Turner's songwriting in particular, and he's got such a crazy background too. Like he was in a hardcore band for a while, and then he split off to do his own stuff, which is like kind of acoustic folky, but some of it's still really punk, and some of it's like hardcore elements. So this song in particular, We Shall Not Overcome, is just a hilarious name because it's like, oh yeah, we're not we're not gonna overcome this, and that's fine. Like we all have our things, and we have our crap, and it's nothing to shy away from, and there's no point in deluding yourself into thinking like I'm not going to experience more of this in the future. This sounds bleaker than I think what he was going for, but that's what I got out of it. But it's still like a positive way of like, hey, we won't overcome. That's fine. We're all in the same boat, So.
Then we're going to hear from July Talk with Governess Shadow, who selected this one for us.
Yeah, well, because I'm a July Talk nerd, I had to choose a July Talk song.
That's the law.
Yeah, I know. So basically, I love this song for a lot of reasons. In that band, I see similarity in even just like the gender roles within the band. I like how they... I'll use the word accommodate the female voice, and there's that dichotomy back and forth and a juxtaposition between the two voices. We have a lot of that in Peach Panic, obviously, with there being both male, female voices, and also just those gender roles within the band and learning how to like really cohabitate together. And the song is just about, to me, it's about women kind of, or you sit and you're silent and you're kind, and kind of what becomes of that. And I feel like I don't want to be that anymore. And so the lyrics of this song speak to me. It's a little bit punky. So that's why I chose that one.
Then we're going to hear from Wolfpack with Animal Spirits.
That one was me. I'm Corey. It was me. It's this song is like for starters, the production is insane. It sounds so good, just from a production standpoint. So Wolfpack, the band, is a bunch of like just absolute like masters of their instruments, but they come together to just make this thing which is like greater than themselves, right? I think that's a thing for us too. Is like, we've all been in other acts and done stuff solo and all that kind of thing, but I think we just know that this is the best situation for us because, like I was saying, with the songs and stuff that we write, no matter what we do, it's just a make better situation as soon as you involve these other people around us. So that's kind of the reason that I chose that song. And Theo Katzman is my husband in the future. So
Okay, maybe we could have that.
Guys.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then we're going to hear from Darling Side with God of Loss.
Yeah, so Eric, I chose that one. This is a song that we have played together many times, never on stage, but always around a campfire or inside, in front of an acoustic piano at home when we have this little get together we call Folk and Friends with my partner and a bunch of our other people.
I don't think I've ever not cried when I've heard this song.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say it makes me sob.
Too. It's a magnificent tune. It's another beautifully recorded, song as well. The soundscape is amazing. The fiddle line, it just so beautifully played and so beautifully written, and so it's amazing when we get to do that and share that with our friends. So that's what the attachment is for me for that song, is remembering the core of music and why I got into things in the first place, into sitting around and playing tunes with our friends, not necessarily in front of any audience or anything like that, but just for the spirit of the music and for the love of it and for the emotions that it invokes. And that's a song that invokes a lot of emotion, I think.
Well, thank you again for joining us here today.
Thank you, Di.
Thanks, Di. That was
you.
great. Yeah, appreciate it.
Frank Turner with We Shall Not Overcome right here on For the Record on traditional Blackfoot territory.